Good Wednesday morning, East Tennessee. My name is David Aldridge, Chief Meteorologist of Captain Accurate Weather, coming to you by way of the Captain Accurate Weather Command Center. So happy that you're here. Got a lot to talk about in terms of temperature. Also, the official spring started last night at 11:06. So technically, you could argue today is the first full day of spring. I guess we got spring last night. Just comes when it comes. By the way, you'll notice our temperatures right now are at 43 degrees in Knoxville, but they're in the 30s in places like Jamestown, Oneida, and Wartburg. So in the heart of Morgan County, in Scott County, and in Jamestown, Fentress County, temperatures are chilly. In fact, they're in the 30s in Athens and in the upper 30s in Madisonville as well. But you throw in some wind chill. There's a little bit of a chill. The winds have picked up. They're now moving, I believe, 13 miles per hour. So 43 actually feels like it's 36. So throw in the wind chill. The feels like temperature, it's the same thing. We have relative humidity at 47%, dew point's 24, so it's a pretty dry atmosphere. But with that southwest wind, temperature should easily ease up into the mid-60s today. In fact, it moved us up to 67. That's in the shade. It'll feel like the upper 60s, I'm sure, if you're in the sunshine this afternoon. But visibility, not an issue this morning. I will take a look and want to look at the Ultimate Doppler radar. They are associated with my sponsor, Madlock Tire Service and Auto Repair. The Ultimate Doppler radar is dry, nothing to see here, and we're not expecting to see anything during today, but it will change as we head toward Friday. By the way, Madlock Tire Service and Auto Repair, East Tennessee's #1 tire service and auto repair since 1953. You know they're doing something right. They've expanded into 5 convenient locations, including Knoxville, Maryville, Lenoir City, as well as Athens, as well as Hardin Valley. These are great locations if you need an oil change, and I think all of us need those from time to time. Maybe you need your tires rotated. That's a good idea. And maybe you need a new set of tires. Ultimately, that's usually the case, and you might find a great partner with Madlock Tire Service. They've got modern conveniences, hometown values, hometown service. I think you'll love Madlock Tire Service and Auto Repair. Check them out today and tell them Captain Accurate sent you. I got a link to MadlockTireService.com at the top of this Facebook post. You can conveniently schedule your appointment and minimize your wait time. Meanwhile, there's still some frost concerns in parts of Georgia, Alabama, all those light blue areas cover all the way down into Florida. Are you kidding me? Frost in Florida? You mean there's some frost on the orange groves? We're talking frozen orange juice, my friend. For the first full day of spring, they're concerned about frost. Who would have thunk it? Wait till you see some of the long-range information, because if it can be warm, like it was last Thursday, warm in spring, no, is it warm in winter, we can have winter in spring. We can flip-flop it. It's just the way sometimes the pattern goes. But the radar shows a lot of cold air up to the north as well. It's still snowing around the Great Lakes, and we've got some snow around upstate New York. Those are some of the areas I'm watching very closely and would love to know what you're seeing. I'm basically on YouTube and Facebook at the same exact time. Would love to say hi to you if you're on here. Give me a shout out. But I want to come back on camera because I got some information to share with you. Yesterday, we hit 55 degrees. We started the morning just about 9 minutes before 8. It was 7:51. I look at the records from the National Weather Service and McGee Tyson, but 7:51 in the morning, we hit 26 degrees yesterday morning. That was my expectation. So it was after the Facebook Live. It was after the YouTube Live. It was 9 minutes before 8, but we fell to 26, got up to 55. I was expecting 53. Normal high now is 63. So if this were an average day, we'd be around 63, but today we should be closer to 67 by my estimation. And then with the sun going up, coming up at 7:39, it'll go down at 7:48 this evening. Record low, by the way, is 16 from 1923, and we hit 85 in 2012. So 85, 2012, not that long ago. Very, very warm on this particular day. If you're on Facebook, let me know. I'd love to say hi to you. Some notes might be coming in. I see, who do we have on here? Carrie Aguilar says, good morning. She's got her sunshine and cup of coffee. Love it. She's on here. Fred says, good morning. Looking forward to milder weather. And it maybe certainly had been mild last week, almost a week ago last Thursday, but there's still a lot of winter still to be played, and I want to keep that expectation on the table, and I'll explain why going right into Easter and beyond. Oh, no, you don't mean, yes, hold on. Let me show you some of the new data from overnight. Might surprise you, and I don't want to surprise you because I get a lot of critics who think that, oh, he's just holding on to winter. No, winter's been kind of interesting this year, but that's for another story, another time. Temperature right now, we go back, is 43. We mentioned the feels like is 36 because we have that brisk wind at 13 miles an hour. It's 45 in Rockwood, 37 in Wartburg, and it's 40 in Bell County, Kentucky, in Middlesboro. In Crater City, that's the temperature at this moment. The winds are brisk, where you see some blue areas, over 10 miles an hour. 12 in Maryville, about 10 in Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, and the wind feels like the wind chill, where there is a wind prevailing, feels like it's about 36 in town, feels like about 38 in Anderson County there in Oak Ridge. We look around the state, they're at 50 in Nashville, 47 Jackson, and 48 in Memphis. Would love to say hi to you if you've got a comment. Wanda Poe says, I keep my winter coat. She says, I keep my winter coat, and I listen to you. Thank you, David. Thank you, Wanda, for being here. My premium members are always in the know before everybody else, because anytime I think about something, weather-wise, I put it out there so that they can digest it. Liza Rose says, hello, good morning. She's got her happy emoji there. Glad to have you there. And Denise Reagan-Jarbo says, good morning. Happy International Happiness Day, says Liza Rose. So there you have it. You've got a special day today. If you have a comment on YouTube, let me know. I'd love to say a shout out to you if you've got a comment on YouTube as well, because I'm on both platforms here at 646 on a Wednesday morning. And it's chilly. Normal low this time of year is 41. We're pretty close to that, but that wind, brisk wind, which is working against us with the chill, will actually help us get into the mid to upper 60s this afternoon. Lots of sunshine. Hard to see any clouds here, but we'll zoom in a little bit tighter. There's still obviously snow in Pennsylvania, snow in upstate New York, but if you squint from the infrared satellite image, you can see a few clouds out there. We'll just call it mostly sunny as we start the day here on Wednesday. Sun's up at 7:39. I referenced that just a moment ago, but it does go down now at 7:48. So the days are, in fact, getting longer. And happy spring to you. Season's greetings. It is officially a new season as we start a new day today. And the bus stop forecast shows a big difference in temperature from morning to afternoon. We go from 43 now, 47 by 10, should be around 63 for pickup if you're picking up your kiddos between 2 and 3:30, which tends to be a very common pickup time, 2 to 3:30. 63, I've moved us up to 67 for my expectation today. Here's my forecast for Tellico Plains, 70 for Madisonville, Tellico Plains. Much of Monroe County will be nice and mild, right? Room temperature, 68, La Follette, Caryville, as well as Oak Ridge, 68, about 67 for Newport, and expecting a high in Crossville, Cumberland County, at 64 this afternoon. So are you excited? Let me show you something you're not going to see just about anywhere. Who else would show you this besides maybe, I don't know, a national show? They'll show you the temperatures around the country. Ooh, that's exciting. But maybe if you're looking, I spy with my little eye some winter that's still holding on. We saw the flakes. They're flying in New York State. They're flying in parts of Pennsylvania. But if you look really under the hood, you know what I mean? You look under the car hood and you say, you know what? There's something here that's kind of lurking, and it's those purple areas that he always talks about with the cold. Now, I can't tell you it's this everywhere, but I can tell you it's like 4 in parts of Minnesota. I can tell you it's like 6. You go into Canada, temperatures are in the negative numbers. Oh, come on now. No. Single digits. Okay, I see -6. I see 1, but that's some cold air, even into parts of North Dakota. They're in the single digits, and some of that cold air is going to hold on. And if you say, I need evidence, show me evidence, Aldrich, and then maybe I'll believe it, because I'm one of those doubting Thomases, I'll believe it when I see it. That's fine. I get that. But if I were to give you a false impression that spring is here for good, well, then, I don't know, you're going to say, I'm going to believe the groundhog all the time. And I hope you don't do that, because look at this purple area that we just highlighted as single digits, right? These are 5,000-foot temperatures, match color for color, purple for purple. Usually the purple represents single-digit wind chills and highs in the teens and 20s. That's a pretty good rule to follow on this legend. 5,000-foot temperatures where you see purple, usually single-digit wind chills, highs in the teens and 20s. But look how cold it gets. And some of that bluish white comes down into Ohio, swings in. We've got a little rainmaker, little southern slider. Look how the red arrows meet the blue arrows in Memphis. That's coming into Friday. So we have a little southern slider. It's a rainy one. We don't have the cold air really in place to make it interesting, but it will be a rainmaker on Friday, but then it gets colder in its wake. And if you need evidence, there's Saturday night, a little bit of light blue coming back into play. Then it might warm up a little bit, and then it might get a little bit colder as time wears on, as we get closer to Good Friday. Wait a minute, you talking about like the upcoming Easter? Yeah. Oh, is it getting warm for Easter? No. No, it actually gets colder. There's Good Friday at 11 o'clock. Looks pretty cold. Cold enough to snow, because 5,000 feet, that's a good critical level to look at if you want snow. And I tell you what, it's really cold in Atlanta by midday Saturday on the day before Easter. And you say, well, that's ridiculous. It's purple in Minneapolis. Are you saying it could be in the single digits? Yep, it could be. In places like Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Iowa. Some really cold air comes into Knoxville right before Easter. And maybe, just maybe, if you're dreaming of a white Easter, boy, do I have something to show you. Because things can change, like on a dime. Because if you can have a spring day in winter, like we did last Thursday, you can have a winter day in spring. And that, my friend, is 5 a.m. on Easter. Oh, man, you're killing me. Are you telling me it's going to be really cold? I'm just telling you, look at the new snow potential. Because, again, this is not a forecast. It's just model data from this morning. And I just put it out there because this will bounce back and forth. But look at all the impressive new snow in Minnesota, Wisconsin, around Chicago, over a foot of new snow. And it does show a blue paint bomb. Where? Not in East Tennessee. Looks like East Tennessee to me. Looks like maybe a ½ inch to 2 inches of potential snow, potentially coming back into town. And I don't know about you, but if you're dreaming of a white Easter, Easter egg hunts are usually more challenging when there's some snow on the ground. Just say it. Just throw that out there. Even if this doesn't even verify, but just the cold air does. Imagine Team Spring going, oh, that groundhog really misled me. I'm not misleading you. I'm just telling you the data suggests we're going to be cold going into the end of this month, possibly going right into April. So be prepared for that. It's going to be one of those, we have the red bud winter, dogwood winter. I personally have dandelion winter, but some of you might have something other winter. Whatever's blooming is the winter that we might be having going into Easter and beyond. My premium members are in the know. I would encourage you to join us because we explore this each and every day. By the way, it's 6:51. Expect more sunshine today, sun and high clouds Thursday, rain showers on Friday. Talked about that. Probably a little bit slow to get out of here. So let me show you what the rainfall projections look like for March the 20th. Not much to see. That's today. Go into 5 o'clock tomorrow. Not much to see. Nothing has happened in terms of rain today or tomorrow. But Friday, it'll be a slow process. It gradually picks up. And there's 5 p.m. Friday. So as anticipated, it's a little slower getting in here. It's probably going to be a little slower getting out. But I have an 80% chance of rain Friday night if you're taking your significant other out on a date. And notice the amount of rainfall by 7 o'clock when this winds down, maybe a ½ inch to an inch. ½ inch to an inch seems to be a general range, about 3/4 for La Follette, about an inch in Crossville, and projections today look like about 3/4 for Tellico Plains. So some of the values there, as you can see there. If you're on YouTube, let me know. Would love to say hi to you. I'm on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, let me know. I'd love to know what you're seeing or thinking. Candace Norman says, oof, I know you're just the messenger. I'm so over the cold. Well, I know there was a lot of weather because I have probably just as many Team Snow fans on Premium as I do Team Spring. And I'm sure there were a lot of disappointed, sad faces that once we got 8.5 inches of snow around Martin Luther King Day, that there wasn't much since then. And a lot of folks say, oh, I wish we could have more cold. You know, there's going to be some cold episodes, and they will be sharp and a big contrast, so just be prepared for that. Candace, thank you for your comment. Tyler Wiseman says, good morning from Tellico Plains. He's in Monroe County, wanting to wish everyone a good morning. As temperatures are part of the story, we get up to the mid-60s, and then we got some rain coming in Friday night, and Saturday. This is an expectation that we still hold on to. Now, Valley Planner for today, pretty sweet. I mean, once you get through the morning chill, and many of us will still be in the upper 30s to get you out the door through 8 o'clock. But by the time we hit midday, we should be around 56. Not bad. We were still in the 40s, low to mid 40s, midday yesterday. But we should climb into the mid to upper 60s with a southwest wind today. This will be southwest, and then afternoon it's more westerly. But it'll be about 5 to 15, gusting to around 20. So it's not too windy, but just warm enough to push us up. And then the rain chances get amplified on Friday night, which is why I have an 80% chance widespread for most everybody on Friday night, then tapering off. As it moves east, it'll be working its way toward the Smokies on Saturday morning and hopefully exiting pretty quickly. Here's your Storm Predictions Center colors. Many of you know these colors by heart by now. If you see a dark green, it's isolated. If you see yellow, it's scattered. And there are some hot spots today, clearly not in Tennessee. But if you have family in Texas or Oklahoma, there may be some isolated severe storms today in Houston, in Galveston, and in Corpus Christi. These are some hot spots potentially. Lubbock, Texas, just east of Amarillo, may also have some isolated severe storms extending into Oklahoma. and for us, just nothing to see here. By Thursday, this grows further south. We've got Houston, just south of Dallas now, from the lens of our friends at the Storm Prediction Center. These are their maps. I'm just illustrating them for you. Corpus Christi, San Antonio, not necessarily going to get a severe storm, but they have the potential, as is now New Orleans. So southern Louisiana may find some severe storms isolated on Thursday. Nothing to see here. And then Friday, interesting how they kind of painted a little bit of a green bomb there in far southeastern Louisiana, just well south of Tallahassee, but clearly South Florida has a better chance for some isolated storms on Friday. While we're getting some rain, they're going to be getting some more thunder down there from Tampa, St. Pete, all the way down toward Key West and Miami, Fort Lauderdale. Meanwhile, it's quiet here in terms of thunder. I don't see much of that at all. It's just rain showers. That would be about it. Futurecast as we head now at 6:55. This front comes in today. Moisture starved. That seems to be a crutch phrase that meteorologists love using. It's moisture starved. Well, there's still a few high clouds. Okay, that might account for a few high cirrus clouds today, but that's about it. Very little amount of moisture moves away, and then we say hello to some cooler air. Temperatures tonight should drop down to about 37 when you start your day on Thursday. High pressure in control, and then slow to get in here, slow to leave. There's 11 o'clock Thursday. The rain that you see in Huntsville looks like it tries to fall apart. So at 2 a.m. Friday, it's still not here. I thought it was supposed to rain Friday. It will. It'll slowly develop. If not at 7, I think this is too fast for my taste. It'll get heavier by later Friday afternoon, Friday night. Even this is a little too fast for my taste. But again, I give you the data so you can make your own call. My expectation is most of it's later in the day on Friday. Meanwhile, as that low moves off the coast, we'll see some drier weather in on the second half of your weekend. Futurecast for this afternoon, we go from 42 at 9:30 to about 56 by lunchtime. Love the lunchtime hour. But then we'll finish about 67, I think, for Knoxville. Some areas may be in the closer to 70 if you're around Tyler Wiseman in Tellico Plains. But then we slide into your Thursday morning. Kind of chilly. We're down to about 37, I think, in town as the low. And then we bring in more high clouds, especially Thursday afternoon. But it's a sun-filled day. Highs around 62. So we're in the lower 60s tomorrow. I think today's a little warmer. And then some showers, as you see here, try to march in here on Friday. So for today, it's now 6:57. Expecting a high of 67 now, mostly sunny. The milder air comes in by way of that southwest to westerly wind. 5 to 15 should be gusting around 20 miles per hour. For a high temperature today in Kingston, Rockwood, Harriman, about 68. 67 in Newport, 70 in Tellico Plains, highs in LaFayette, Campbell County, about 68 degrees. I want to say good morning to you if you have any questions. Marilyn Bell says, happy Wednesday, everyone. Liza Rose says it's a good day. She's excited about today, and I think there's good reason. And no one's left me a comment yet on Facebook, on YouTube, rather. So if you have a comment, let me know. Love to give you a shout out. Love to be on both platforms, because many of you might watch it on delay. And if so, after we've talked about a white Easter, I'm going to share this video. Okay, by all means, share it. I'm just giving you the data, let you be the decision maker on how you want to think about the future. If you're just convinced that yesterday was the start of spring, last night was, at 11:06, well, I just assumed every day is going to be warm. And that would be a faulty thinking process, especially the way winter has played out. We are expecting a warm spring-like day today in Nashville. They should reach 70 today if you're traveling. How about Tupelo, 74? And if you're in Memphis, they're basking in the 73-degree range this afternoon. Pretty sweet. While it may only be 60 for Charleston, West Virginia, and Lexington, Kentucky. A little bit cooler to the north. So for tonight, mostly clear, turning chilly. Winds are going to be about 3 to 8 miles an hour, and they'll eventually come up from the northeast. But 37 degrees, my expectation, low tonight as we start tomorrow morning. But it's a lot colder, like below freezing for parts of the northern plateau. I'm looking at Oneida, looking at Jamestown, 31 for your lows tonight. 34 in LaFayette, should be easily in the upper 20s for Middlesboro. And Jonesville, upper 20s. So there's going to be some cold air, 10-degree difference. That's impossible. This can't be 10-degree difference from Knoxville to Middlesboro. Yes, it can. Well, you want to hold me accountable. Check in tomorrow morning. Same bat time, same bat channel. We'll find out how cold it is in Middlesboro tomorrow compared to Knoxville. But 10 degrees is my expectation. 38 for a low in Tellico Plains, 35 in Kingston. So the cold air, even in spring, still showing up tomorrow morning. Here's your Captain Accurate Weather Authority forecast for Knoxville, East Tennessee. 62 on Thursday, more high clouds, particularly in the afternoon. Then we move into Friday, showers, 40% chance start to develop. That's a soggy period of rain time Friday night, about an 80% chance, and then it slowly marches from west to east by the time the sun comes up on Saturday. I think we spend most of the day in the 50s. I left a 60 there for a high, but I think academically, be prepared for the 50s on Saturday, maybe a few degrees warmer, degree warmer on Sunday at 61. But it's frosty cold. You're going to feel that chill coming back in on Sunday morning before back in the mid to upper 60s early next week. So I just wanted to give you all the updates. It is now 7 a.m. on the 20th of March. I finished on time. I love that. By the way, if you haven't checked out my Captain Accurate premium service, it is fantastic because of the information you get. It's the best weather bargain in East Tennessee, 16 cents a day. Some of you are tempted, I'm going to just give that guy 16 stars. That's great. You could be in premium for that price because it actually factors out to $4.99 a month. So for $4.99, cancel at any time. You get all sorts of information, like you'll be the first to find out if there's a new snow forecast. Oh, come on, it's spring. Well, we just examined the fact that Easter could be like a wild card. What about the month of April? My premium members know already that April's going to be a wild card. So if you think it's going to warm up into the upper 70s again in the near term, think again. It's not. It's going to stay pretty unsettled. And that's why I just want to emphasize you're the first to see every forecast, no matter what type of precipitation. If you want to join us on premium, would love to have it. Have you join us, sample us as you may. We'll also have a free Captain Accurate weather app with Pete Michaels Traffic, engineered by our friends at Barron Weather. Critical weather intelligence, as it's known. All of the National Weather Service alerts are included. You're not shortchanging yourself on any of those. Plus, you get 3 extra alerts from Barron, plus lightning alerts, plus you get up to 16 other locations to track. So if you want to keep track of the weather, where your mother-in-law lives, your cousins and nieces and nephews live, where your uncles and aunts live, very easy to do on the Captain Accurate weather app. So just want to thank you for your time. If you have a comment, let me know. If you have a thought or an observation, people read them throughout the day. I do know that. But I'm on YouTube. I'm also on Facebook if you have some notes. Wanda says she'd be happy for another snow. And all of us on Team Snow would be happy for some snow. Come on, snow, says Wanda. Wanda's in Newport, and she would like some snow. I hope we could deliver that, but we'll see. I'm just the messenger. Anyway, well, my name is David Aldridge. Some people call me Captain Accurate. It's not easy being accurate, so weather doesn't surprise you. We'll see you here next time. Take care.